really well since he took over as the starter.
He has the typical story, right, of modern football. Two other schools, Indiana and Tennessee, comes here and doesn't win the job. And all he does, by injury, like you said, takes over and has been fabulous. He is that dynamic dude. We've got two number twos again, trying to be the run pass threats.
Yeah, for Avery Johnson, the number 2 for Kansas State at quarterback, he's had some criticism of why isn't he running more. He's been pretty good, but there is another level to his game.
Yeah, pretty good is a great description. He's actually probably did a little bit better, except for that leg factor, and that's what makes him special. This dude can do it two dimensions, right? A dual threat quarterback, better than one. He can't do it by himself. Everybody else has to be better, and it looks like he has his running mate, Dylan Edwards, today, which elevates everybody.
Sure does. Mark, no pitch count. First time that Dylan Edwards will be full go, according to Kansas State head coach Chris Kleiman this season. They have missed him the first 4 games of the year. So Edwards and Johnson will try to lead Kansas State to their first Big 12 win as UCF opens up Big 12 play on the road in Manhattan. Time to get it going in the Big 12, and it is glorious in Manhattan today.
Perfect. Early breakfast, tailgating, brunch at the Bill. Let's go.
UCF happy to see cloudless skies after a couple of rain delays started the year. But Chris Kleiman hasn't been in this spot a lot, where he started a season 1-3 and said, hey, it's really easy to feel sorry for yourself, but we know UCF won't. We know the rest of the Big 12 won't. And we got to find a fix, have more emotion playing in our second Big 12 game today. Here we go from Manhattan, as it's the dangerous return man, Bryce Norenberg, out to the 25-yard line. And he's set down there to bring Avery Johnson out for the first time. And he does have help with him today. Dylan Edwards will flank him in the backfield.
Yeah, Dylan Edwards seen 1, 2, 3. Just simple as counting. Jace Brown, Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards, along with this talented tight end group. If they can get that going, build a consistent system behind those guys. But they haven't had Dylan Edwards healthy since Dublin.
Those guys that were Little League football teammates, both dynamic with their legs, lining up side by side behind center to open up his first Big 10 game for UCF, the second Big 12 game for Kansas State. It's Dylan Edwards slammed down on the first play from scrimmage, and Horace Lockett makes the play to open up Big 12 for UCF.
Here's the K-State offensive line, the kind of rotating job at right tackle right now, cleaned by Andrew Langang. And then we talked about it, Dylan Edwards just makes everybody better. The helium guy pumps everybody up, according to every coach on this staff.
Off the play fake, Avery Johnson to the sideline, and he benches it. This UCF defense that has been very, very strong. Top 10 in the country in scoring defense the opening 3 weeks.
Defensive coordinator Alex Grinch has done a great job of being simple, multiple. You saw the line movement to get Horace Lockett in the backfield. Nigel Kelly, 51 Lawrence. This guy is their smartest and best leader. Lewis Carter, he is all over the field.
Lewis Carter returns to the Big 12. He was at Oklahoma the last 2 years. 1 year in the Big 12, 1 year in the SEC for the Sooners. On a 3rd down and 11, Johnson does take off. This is what the K-State fans wanted to see as Johnson runs for a first down. He told us he would be more aggressive. True to his word. This is the chains.
This is making a lot of man happiness around this area. Watch it just open up, play it with Avery. We're playing it from the Alex Grinch perspective, but watch the line stunt. Trust me, it happens. Here we go. The line stunt creates a little big old gap. He sees it, gets vertical, and then does what he does in the second level into UCF territory.
25-yard pop. And on a 3rd and 11, Kansas State converts. Here's Dylan Edwards. Good space player, gets out to the edge and through a tackle and out around the 35 for a first down. Sam Hecht, Andrew Langang led the way on the outside.
Really nice job. Perimeter action. They're reading. Watch these perimeter block. This happen out here. We get the puller as well in the mix. That time was big Sam Hecht. Really nice start here. A dream start for this fan base on this early start.
Mark, and for Kansas State to have 2 explosive runs
Absolutely.
early. That has been their reputation. Ground and pound with good offensive line play the last few years. Cure to throw, and that's picked. Picked off on the trick play. Damari Henderson off the throw from Cure. 4th straight game with a takeaway for the Knights in the secondary. It's the pick for Henderson to get him started.
Watch, the first pass is backwards to freshman Lincoln Cure. He's dynamic, and right there just needs to throw that away, man. That's a lot of trust in the young fella, and it looks like, as you said, Damari Henderson goes up and gets it. Looks like it would have been good in the NFL. Toe tap with firm control. Both feet, and just like that, going the other way.
Well, the best pass defense in the Big 12 to start the season. The top 5 in the country. And the takeaway for Henderson in that back end one more time for UCF. Here's Taven Jackson bringing his game to the Big 12 for the first time. And it's Dwayne Thomas, their gadget player who they line up everywhere on the end around to start UCF's day on offense.
He is electric, a little fella, 5'8", 170 is what he's listed at. Ultra quicks.
Well, Taven Jackson, Mark, he finished 2nd in the quarterback battle in camp. 2 drives into the year, Cam Fancher gets hurt. It's been Jackson's job ever since then, and he's played really, really good.
And we were talking with Scott Frost last night. You brought it up. Hey, what was his attitude like afterwards? He said he didn't like it at all, and I hope he still doesn't like it.
Their workhorse back is Miles Montgomery, showing why. Bouncing off hits, he has a first down for the Knights. This UCF offense, they've been balanced as far as run pass, led by Jackson at quarterback.
Jackson's distributing very well, and very experienced offensive line from various locales. And a guy that makes it go in the run game is Miles Montgomery, who they call everything you want in a player and a person. He runs it. You see that captaincy.
The undisputed leader for UCF, either side of the ball, is Montgomery. He's got his 2nd touch, and he is set down by Austin Romaine. So that's leader against leader, right?
Leader to leader, yes.
Austin Romaine sets the middle of this Kansas State defense.
Got to get Obi Zoros and Sami in the backfield. And then this guy, Austin Romaine, right there, as you said, the alpha, the leader, the vocal leader, the emotional leader. Right there, a tackle in space. A challenge against 22 Montgomery.
K-State defense has been on the field so much in the first 4 games. They've not been good on 3rd downs, and they have a 3rd down coming up right here to prove that this is a different defense coming out of their bye week.
And this is anything you want on the play sheet. 3rd and short. And they're actually moved that back another extra yard. That was about 3rd and 1.5. Now it's about 3rd and 3. Still in your RPO zone if you're Scott Frost. Also calls the plays as the head coach. Steve Cooper Jr., offensive coordinator as well, working it together. They are without Dylan Wade. They're very impressive. Tight end from Maryland is out.
Scott Frost, 2nd stint, 3rd year.
Zone coverage here from defensive corner Joe Kleinerman to see what it is after.
The pass on 3rd down, some pressure, and Jackson throws it into the dirt. Chidi Obi Izor in the face of the quarterback Jackson to bring up a 4th down.
Watch the line stunt. It's right here, and he's going to come scot-free. Paul Rubaut can't pass it off. Gets locked, stuck to Ryan Davis, 52, and immediate pressure by Obi Izor.
Well, Kansas State hasn't gotten enough pressure on quarterbacks. They haven't gotten off the field on 3rd down on defense, and they check 2 boxes on 1 play.
Right there, yes.
So it brings out Anthony Veneri for the first time with Sterling Lockett back to get this punt for K-State. And it's a low bouncer, and it takes a fantastic bounce for UCF.
Yeah.
Sterling Lockett getting away as the Knights down it just outside the 15. Early game hasn't bothered the K-State fans. They were out early. Tractors are out on Ag Day. Bill Snyder in the house today. Fantastic way to start the Big 12. Kansas State getting the ball back, which means Dylan Edwards in full force. We get to see him on the field in the Big 12 for the first time as a full go running back today, and that is super exciting for the Wildcats fans that have been frustrated along this 1-3 start.
Yeah, been elite in all phases with the ball in his hands as a protector, route runner, pass catcher, return guy. He's a nightmare for defensive coordinator Alex Grinch to account for. You add in the ability of Avery Johnson, and then this perimeter game get going.
Well, Blake
changes a lot.
Yeah, Blake Barnett is the quarterback for Kansas State, and he's off and running on his first college snap. He lowers the shoulder and drives forward for a first down. So a little wrinkle for Kansas State today with Barnett playing.
And the key here is 2 and 13 are in there, so that much more difficult to defend. He is a big fella. We saw him in pregame, 6'1", 220, and all of it set 1,000,000 records in the state of Colorado.
Now look at this. Johnson and Barnett lined up together. It's a fake to the normal quarterback. The new quarterback, Barnett, keeps plowing ahead on his first 2 carries.
That's beautiful. You want to eliminate the wear and tear on your starting quarterback. Put this guy in, pump it, as Avery Johnson's going to run basically a bubble action. See if that leads to anything else as we go on here. And then a do-it-yourself sweep play that time from Barnett.
Well, now it's Avery Johnson back as the normal quarterback, and it's Barnett for a 3rd straight carry. And Kansas State did tell us that he has running back skills, as you've seen from his first 3 carries.
Yeah, do a little bit of everything there, and probably see if this becomes a package where a pass is involved, and you see his accolades right here. The speed component at 220 pounds is still the 100-meter state champion in Colorado.
I was going to say, he's the 100-meter dash champion, and he's running people over. Doesn't seem fair.
It's a good combination if you're a K-State fan. Cut it back.
4 straight carries for Barnett, and that power has him ahead for another first down. So, Mark, this is not something that UCF has seen on film at all with Barnett.
No, they have their own version of that. We'll see at some point today, Jakari Brown. But this is different when both quarterbacks are in there. Everything is still available as a defensive play caller, as an offensive play caller. Makes it that much more difficult to defend. And Taysom Hill says, hey, that's my job.
Yeah, maybe we see him a tight end a little bit like Taysom Hill. Joe Jackson in the game as the running back, and they brought Edwards around to the flag down, and UCF waiting for him. Since here Edwards gets him on the edge, we'll check on the flag that was down on the sideline and in the backfield.
I don't know if Jackson got set initially.
Offside. Defense. Number 0. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Kelly Lawson, they're very talented linebackers who they flagged there being in the neutral zone. I wasn't sure if the original lineman of Joe Jackson, if he got set, but they said he did before he started the motion.
Alex Grinch, first year as the defensive coordinator for UCF, has been tremendous. 8 points per game. That's all UCF has allowed the first 3 games.
They have been very disruptive, a little bit simpler than Alex Grinch defenses of the past, and I'm sure that'll probably change as we watch the Big 12 schedule progress, but they have been phenomenal against who they play.
Penalty has a 1st and 5 for Kansas State, and it's Edwards right to the arms of Lewis Carter. Their best tackler and their best guy at diagnosing inside runs just like that.
And on cue, defensive coordinator Alex Grinch brings edge pressure. Watch this. It's going to turn him back into the pursuit. Really good job defining the picture for the running back and rallying to a lot of poundage and a lot of guys in bad moods.
Lewis Carter with the swing down to make it a 2nd down and 3. As K-State empties it out on a 2nd and 3. Nothing there for Johnson. He rolls the pocket. Eyes downfield, and he throws a dart for a first down. Adonis Moise with a first down for K-State.
We asked Avery yesterday, hey, what's your favorite thing? He said empty. I like to see things happen in front of me. I can get outside and make it happen right here. Great job that time by Moise working with it.
Back-to-back touches for Moise. But some of that was also the threat that Johnson could run out of empty today, right?
Yep, absolutely. Both linebackers were fully dialed into his ability to run the ball. It's good to see for the K-State side of things, Moise as another potential target on the outside. Jared Bradley down and out today.
And Jace Brown, their top target, potentially limited. He was questionable coming into the game. Avery Johnson's favorite wide receiver. Over the top, and he missed it. Jerron Tibbs streaking down the hash, and a stride shy to bring up a third down.
That's one he'll want back right there. They've had some drops that time there, just a miss. Just kind of falling off the mound there. Watch Avery Johnson finish, got to finish through to your target, get right hip to your target. Just kind of a little fadeaway jumper. That's why it misses high.
Is there residual from getting hit a little bit, being under some pressure, falling off the mound that way?
No. I mean, like there, you just got to be fundamentally sound, take your drop and rip it.
Well, Johnson and the K-State offense converted 3rd and 11 on their first drive. UCF has them 3rd and 8. And it's an inside run. Jackson is swarmed. Only got 2 yards. And kind of no man's land here. It'll be a 4th and 6. Doesn't look like K-State's moving the offense off the field.
Lawson, 0 right here, just triggers. Again, turns it back into the help. Nigel Kelly, Malachi Lawrence. These guys are active and physical on defense, and the offense is going to stay out here on 4th and 6. Maybe a little hard count. Maybe a little check with me from offensive coordinator Matt Wells.
UCF pick, got him off the field the first time. Now a 4th and 6. The chance to get their offense back out there. Johnson on a 4th and 6. Scans. Backpedaling. Going the opposite way. Now he curls around the edge. In pursuit, UCF gets to him. Malachi Lawrence, one of their 2 vaunted pass rushers on the edge, ends that drive for K-State. Lawrence and Kelly are a problem for the Knights. It's Lawrence staying with the fleet-footed Avery Johnson, and the Knights will have the ball when you come back. It's been a career full of quarterback battles for UCF quarterback Taven Jackson. First at Tennessee, lost out on a job and won a job at Indiana in 2 separate battles, and lost the job in camp this year to Cam Fancher, but since the 2nd drive of the year, it has been his huddle and his team.
Yeah, Cam Fancher got lit up, and then Taven Jackson came in, he's like, ooh. He's a different guy. As a passer, as a runner, just working on becoming a finished player is an odyssey when you have that well traveled, I guess, with Indiana, Tennessee, obviously very well thought of nationally in the transfer portal.
He hands off to Montgomery, and Kansas State swarms him with Romaine. I appreciate that you beatboxed your way into your approval for Taven Jackson in his first few games. Ooh.
Yes. Yeah, right there. Romaine doing Romaine things, getting in the backfield. That play right there, that looks different. You know, K-State fans have talked about we need to look different in this game. That play right there looked different, playing on their side of the line of scrimmage.
Haven't looked as fast as they normally do on defense. So some thought that maybe that was Dublin to start the season. They're coming off a bye week, and K-State's defense is flying around. Jackson off play action. Pressure in his face, and it's tipped and almost picked. Oh, boy, Toby Osunsami had the pressure, and Jackson threw it into tight coverage. And it's a 3rd down for UCF.
Austin Romaine, you'll see him in here. And Taven Jackson brings his eyes back because he's under pressure, has to let it go. And he's got that little cast on him. Otherwise, that might have been a pick 6. It's giving him a little credit. I don't know if he would have scored on that.
He did say he played a little running back growing up. He told us yesterday he did. But Taven Jackson facing a 3rd and 10 after a punt on their first drive. Scoreless opening quarter.
Man rush.
He's protected, and he dumps it off into the flat, and Kansas State rallies up one more time on Kylan Fox, who's in for the injured Dylan Wade.
Defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman right here. Brilliance by him. He's going to end up bringing only 4 up front. Watch all the eyeballs on the quarterback. Zone coverage, make him check it down, make him play top down and rally to the football. Really nice start if you're Joe Klanderman, D coordinator off the tough bye week, the get it right bye week. They made the most of it, it appears.
There were not many positive questions headed Joe Klanderman's way when he met with the local media here. And he owned that with us yesterday, saying, you know, we have to play better. And maybe more positive questions and more gusto will come from our defense, in his words. A good defensive start. UCF, one of the best defenses in the country to start the year. And K-State looking fast off of the bye. So this is a fantastic environment for college football. This is what it should look like. Early morning tailgating, the band's out there early for a sold-out 11 a.m. kickoff for the home opener in the Big 12 for K-State against this very good Alex.
And him trying to spoil it.
Yeah,
yes.
They haven't allowed a point in the first quarter all year.
That's almost 0. Okay, that's 0. 0 points in the quarter. That is very difficult to do. He had glowing things to say about the history of this program. They're playing K-State. That was funny. He had to remind himself, hey, we're playing against this team today.
Avery Johnson back on target. Teron Tibbs near the marker. And he's right at it for a first down for K-State.
Nice little RPO action right here. See his eyes read that space, reading the linebacker Carter and filling it to Tibbs.
So 2 drives that have moved for Kansas State, but a 4th down stop and a pick for UCF's defense. So first down on the first play, it's Johnson out the back door. And he's pile driven down on the sideline. The point you made about Alex Grinch, he was very raw with us yesterday. One of the last times he was here, Kansas State stormed the field against his Oklahoma team, a top 5 team of the country in 2019. And he said, I cannot relive my past here today. I've seen too much of Darren Sproles, Deuce Vaughn, and DJ Giddens in my time coming to Manhattan.
A lot of history.
So it's Johnson on back-to-back runs at quarterback. And a 3rd down and short ahead for K-State.
That is as you said, a QB run all the way. Watch the center pull, backside tackle pull, a little action to Edwards, freezes that front side. And this is where he can do his thing. Now hit it right there. 3rd and 1.
So the big explosive for Johnson on the ground on a 3rd down, the first drive. The drive stalled in plus territory last time. On a 3rd and short, it's jet motion. It's their fastest player on offense. It's Dylan Edwards. First down, just shy of midfield. Garrett Oakley paved the way.
So it's the exact same play. Now he's lined up outside, as you said, the jet sweeper in motion. He was in the backfield before. Now we have the 2 pullers going opposite. A little more of that eye candy. That's the balance, the play off a play. Well designed by OC Matt Wells.
I've seen it early with Edwards, how many different spots he can align and how he can go in the backfield, out of the backfield, and out of the slot on that 3rd down. A couple of tight ends in there. Play fake. And Johnson right back into the hands of Tibbs. And 2 first downs on this drive that marches ahead from Johnson to Teron Tibbs.
Great job hustling and covering Ancio.
Recovered by the offense. First down.
Ancio Swanson ends up with it. Great rhythm, hitch, throw, timing to Tibbs and letting him run after.
It's Edwards looking for the outside, cutting back inside. He has a chain mover for Kansas State.
Really nice job here. And this is the X factor that makes this guy so good. A lot of times earlier, you know, previous 4 games for K-State, that gets cut back into the wad right there, bounces it outside, makes a guy miss. And it's going to end that first quarter still with a 0, but the natives are happy.
You can just see it with the crowd, as you mentioned, and this offense, the life that Dylan Edwards breathes into this offense for Kansas State in his first fully healthy game. 1 quarter through, UCF and K-State tied at goose eggs. UCF, little bend, no break yet for Scott Frost and his defense.
Yeah, K-State has been awesome defensively, holding UCF to just 1 first down, then you flip it over, and the dream start statistically for this K-State crowd because of those numbers right there. The first 4 games, 108 yards today, 91 on the ground. Oh,
trouble with the snap for Johnson, running for his life, and it turns into a positive play. Not much there. That could have been a disaster out of the quarter break.
Just a quick little minor heart attack there for Avery Johnson. You've got 1 tick as a quarterback when this happens. When that ball hits the ground, you have 1 opportunity to cleanly field it. He does. Great presence of mind to make a play of any positivity. Big.
And those are the things Kansas State fans have come used to seeing when he is unlocked mentally. Played a little bit tight in his first 4 weeks. He admitted that yesterday. But a 2-yard gain, and UCF missed on the tackle originally. But that second surge from Braden Marshall brings up a 3rd down and long.
Braden Marshall, pick on the season. He does that so well. Gets in the box, a very physical player. Him along with Philip Dunham, physical guys coming from the top end down.
And this is a busy matchup for Braden Marshall.
Yes.
He's seeing a bunch of tight ends, quarterback run.
2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs.
Guys out of the slot. So Marshall is a guy 4 in white to watch for UCF today. 3rd and 7 for Johnson. He dumps it off. Jackson made the adjustment, but didn't get to the sticks. Lewis Carter, the sure tackler in the middle of that UCF defense, brings up a 4th down.
Going to be 4th and 2. They're going to bring on the field goal team. You can see Avery Johnson, eyes downfield. That was covered. Had a chance to either run it himself or fill up that same void, and perfect description of their smartest player, Lewis Carter. Sure tackler.
So Luis Rodriguez from 38 looking for the first points in this game. UCF's defense stands up for a 3rd straight drive in plus territory. Rodriguez delivers the first points of this Big 12 home opener for K-State. 3-zip early 2nd quarter. Tomorrow on Fox, we've got 2 of the NFC's early season best as Saquon and the defending champion Eagles take on Baker Mayfield and the Bucks, or the Jags battle Christian McCaffrey and the Niners, or other regional action. Check local listings for the game in your area, only on Fox. Scott Frost's defense did give up points for the first time on the field goal for Rodriguez. Still no points allowed in a first quarter this year. Kansas State, 3rd drive that has moved into plus territory. 3-0 our score as UCF takes back over. UCF, their first couple of drives, have not moved very much against the best team they've played so far. Back-to-back punts.
Yes, for UCF, you want to answer here, get in your rhythm, get in the RPO game, get Taven Jackson back to what he does really well, and then defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman and K-State, rinse, repeat. You got them dialed into a couple of things as far as the pass rush, playing zone coverage over the top, keeping all these playmakers in front of you. Got to be great on first down, both sides.
That was a big point of emphasis today for UCF. Could they play a little bit of keep away against Kansas State and this defense that has been on the field a ton their first 4 weeks? So far, no. And Jackson over the middle. It's Dwayne Thomas. And a first down gain of 5 yards.
Really nice job. Motion him out of the backfield, create the matchup. This guy is electric. So here's your matchup you run. Linebacker Powers, 35. on electric, slippery DT Jr. they call him. He's quick.
Yeah, that's the matchup UCF wants
Absolutely.
all day, right? Thomas on linebackers. He's got the 4.40 track speed, Dwayne Thomas.
Just like you.
Yeah, just like this guy, Jaden Nixon, but he can't get out into open space. And here comes a third down. A little fighting behind the play. Black and McIntosh.
Scrapping.
We're scrapping.
It's big, little Big 12 hijinks right there. Great job, Cody Stufflebeam coming inside out. They said he was a big-time leader during the bye week, trying to get things right there. Really nice job by the big 6'4", 260, getting on the perimeter and turning it back inside.
Well, UCF has been better on the outsides on the line of scrimmage the first 3 games compared to Kansas State. Stufflebeam trying to turn that around today. On a third down. Jackson to the sideline, tight roping it. That is caught. It's the Florida transfer Marcus Burke with a first down for UCF.
Really nice recognition here by Jackson. Let's take a look. Wind is firm, control occur right there. His left toe in, survives the ground. Really nice conversion.
Jackson out the back door. They got that snap quickly. You hear the restlessness of the K-State crowd wanting that to be reviewed.
It would have worked out in their favor anyway, but well done that time by Taven Jackson and Scott Frost and company.
2 punts to begin their day on offense. And this sold-out K-State crowd and this K-State defense that looks fresh out of the bye have made it tough. Play action. It's a back shoulder ball that never connected. Kylan Fox was the intended target. Third down.
That was kind of a tooler, as you said, a back shoulder. Normally that would be Dylan Wade in there. Now it's Kylan Fox, the backup tight end. Both these guys very impressive. 0 and 1. Tight ends from UCF, dynamic, physical guys, but that's kind of a little need some experience throwing that.
And Jackson has not been predictable who his favorite target has been on third down. He has spread it around, facing a 3rd and long. He's given time. He throws it through the hands of K-State's defense with B.J. Payne. Should have had the pick. Settle for potential punt as Jackson got drilled.
Officials timeout.
And stays
An
down
injury to an offensive player.
after he got popped by Stufflebeam.
Clean hit, no body weight, no targeting, no defenseless, that whole category of things. And then, man, I was right here, I was checking the sun. There's a little bit of glare everywhere, but not right there. VJ Payne could have brought this place to life. Their fastest guy, another guy they love on the back end, has really developed into a leader. Hopefully, it could be a lot of things by how he's walking, but Jackson seems like a tough dude the way he's been playing.
Jackson heads to the 10 after Stufflebeam popped him right in the breastplate.
Curry Brown, the kind of run package quarterback they've employed multiple times this year. And then also Cam Fancher, the original starter this season, who won the job over these other 2 guys. They're still available.
Fancher was emergency only last week, but he's back full goal if needed today for UCF. And he might be needed. Check on Jackson as the day goes on here. As Lockett picks that up off the hop. And UCF is there to stop him ahead of the 15-yard line. A defensive grinder here in Kansas. Beautiful Saturday fall afternoon in the Heartland. The Big 12 season started for Kansas State in Ireland, and there's talk of a Dublin curse after Northwestern beat Nebraska in 2022. Navy lost to Notre Dame and finished with a losing record, and then Florida State last year went 2-10 after Haynes King and Georgia Tech flipped them. So can Kansas State reverse the curse after the Cyclones beat them in a top 25 game that was a Big 12 game? a conference game to start the year.
The deluge in Dublin, too much Guinness, too much sloshing around, and not enough Dylan Edwards.
Edwards was hurt on the first play and back healthy today as K-State has moved out to a 3-0 lead on the Rodriguez field goal last time down.
There's another easy throw. Talked so much, Coach Kleiman and offensive coordinator Matt Wells, about getting Avery Johnson some more layups. That's a layup right there. Just that little inside slant, the #1 in progression throw that sometimes he bypasses and kind of looks for something bigger. Take that layup.
Layup got him 5 yards. Another quick pop out to the perimeter. And 3rd down and short on back-to-back short throws for Avery Johnson.
There's another RPO. Everybody's drawn in, eaten. Eyes got to physically stop Dylan Edwards. Play catch with your guy outside and set up a 3rd and very manageable.
Stay with it. 3rd and short. Short passing game.
Absolutely. Short passing game, RPO. The RPO game is something that he just needs to believe in his ability to execute. Not good to see there if you're a Knight fan. And Taven Jackson.
UCF quarterback Taven Jackson went to the 10. Pads off now as Johnson operates on 3rd down. He's chased out of the pocket. Eyes downfield. He drilled it in there, but it's broken up on a big hit. Jaden Bellamy in what Alex Grinch described as a knockdown artist. He comes up with a Picasso on 3rd down.
I get it. Watch this ball. Great job getting his hips in position to make that throw, and then just gets erupted by the hitman, Jaden Bellamy.
The 7 for UCF is wearing number 24.
He's been the leader of the best passing defense in the Big 12. Jaden Bellamy at corner. Both these corners have played well for the Knights to start the year. Of course, the punt on Bellamy's big hit. And a Wildcat bounce all the way inside the 15. That is a boomer. Simon McClannon with a big punt. Taven Jackson headed to the locker room, so it'll be a new UCF quarterback when you come back. Taven Jackson has been brilliant as the UCF quarterback to start this year. Took this pop from Cody Stufflebean that has, at least for now, knocked him out of the game.
Yeah, the way he landed just looked like maybe the separated left shoulder action, and how he's holding that left side. Made his way to the locker room, and out comes Jakari Brown. Been at UCF for 2 years, had an 0-2 record in his 2 starts, but a very capable player as well.
So you'd think that it might be Miles Montgomery time, the leader of this team overall.
Yes.
1st down to relieve some pressure on Brown into the game at quarterback.
Yeah, your favorite of any offensive coordinator, quarterback, as soon as that quarterback switch takes place, get to something that is his bread and butter. The run-read game of Miles Montgomery. Now do what he does best. Oh, slips.
Brown is a very good runner.
Yes.
But falls down for a loss. Got him for a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 in his first series of the day.
Got to give Purnell credit there. 32 Desmond Purnell was in perfect location to attack and get him to the ground, which sometimes is easier said than done. Great recognition by these linebackers.
How's the offense change with Brown in there? Anything different that you call?
Same.
Yeah.
Both those guys really, Cam Fancher and Jakari Brown are just, different verses of the same song.
Well, Brown has more production as a runner in his career, and back-to-back times they call his number. And it's a 3rd down and long. That was a good hit. Logan Bartley, who they are very high on in that secondary for Kansas State.
D coordinator Joe Kleiman, how about his praise for that kid? This guy is super special. He's going to be different, and you can see right there, 6'1", 213. He's a Floridian, introducing himself to his. It looks like K-State's going to take a timeout.
Kansas State, 1st of the half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
The Florida native, Logan Bartley, was DQ'd. He was disqualified for targeting ejection in the Arizona game 2 weeks ago. Happened in the first half, so he was good to play this first half today. And his tackle brings up this 3rd and 8 ahead for UCF's offense. Tonight, it is baseball night in America on Fox. Ellie De La Cruz and the Reds look to keep their wild card hopes alive against Christian Yelich and the NL Central champs, the Brewers, or the Guardians fighting for a postseason spot against Texas. Check for the game in your area tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox. How about the Guardians, man?
Right about the time for my Giants to make a push. Is it a push?
It's over.
Are they pushing?
It's over. Sorry.
It's charity golf season.
Third down with Brown. Second quarterback of the day for UCF. He scrambles. Romaine was in his face. He throws a pick. Interception for Gunnar Maldonado. There's a flag down at the 20 that was dropped after the tackle.
It's going to be a celebration penalty on the entire K-State bench, but this play, 45, Austin Romaine on the pressure, and a guy they've been waiting to step up.
On Kansas State.
Gunnar Maldonado, big time, flip.
First down, State.
Change the script. Watch 45, unabated into his face, makes him recoil, and Gunnar Maldonado playing top down, eyes on zone defense. Man, that's big time. Guy that they thought they could add a little bit more, has been playing really well on special teams for him. When we asked the defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman yesterday, his eyes kind of lit up like this could be it, and there's the other side of it.
Scott Frost keeled over after Gunnar Maldonado went from Wildcat to Wildcat, Arizona to Kansas State, comes up with his first Kansas State Wildcat interception. So, terrific field position for Dylan Edwards in this offense for the Wildcats. And a short gainer of just 2 yards on first down for Edwards.
Just a conventional little jab in the run game there, trying to get Dylan Edwards started. No RPO action, but here we have a little dual quarterback action. Blake Barnett 13 and Avery Johnson deuce.
4 different quarterbacks have taken snaps in this game already. 2 on each side. Well, Barnett is in at running back and gets the carry again. UCF looks more prepared for him this time. Remember, he didn't pop up on tape at all, playing his first snaps today. And Kozlowski forced him out. Marshall finished him off.
And you see why Coach Kleiman and OC Matt Wells are searching for something. You got Dylan Edwards back, and now what else is it? What's the other complement to that? Joe Jackson has looked better running the rock. Still no Bradley. Looks like Jace Brown is really limited today. Not in on this drive. But the changeup with Barnett has been good.
Third down and long. Johnson on the move. Johnson wants to run. No, now he wants to throw. Pins it to the sideline, and UCF rallies again. Braden Marshall, already a busy day on defense. Another tackle, and another one short of the sticks.
And this is what's happened so much throughout this season, is he just kind of bypasses Jackson early. The coverage is downfield. There's nothing available downfield. Comes back to this later. Just got to get that out of his hands, and that then allows Jackson to square up, make a guy miss, and certainly would have had that first down.
Marquez State took the points earlier. They won't on 4th and 2. They're playing for potentially 6 or 7 instead of 3. And blown dead.
Timeout UCF.
Charge timeout. UCF, the first of the half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Does this make you rethink it all if you're K-State, now that you have time to come back to the sideline?
I mean, it just depends on if you got a play you love, and right there, that's Coach Frost and D coordinator Alex Grinch going, hey man, points appeared to be at a premium today. This is a big play right here, 4th and 2.5. Let's make sure we're perfect.
Kind of feels like we trust our defense right now.
Yes.
Type of call too.
Yep.
And being short yardage.
Yep. They have been outstanding on defense today, and certainly Taven Jackson going down enters into that equation as well.
Scott Frost using his first timeout. A lot to sort through on that sideline with Jackson going out, and no points so far in this first half for the Knights. Their defense has seen K-State march down and threaten to score touchdowns all afternoon. Still no touchdowns allowed in the first half all season. Almost 3.5 games in for the Knights defense.
12 personnel here, just one quarterback.
There's Jackson the back. And the bigger their two backs, they fake it to him. Johnson, nothing there, but he jukes Lawrence, has a first down and more, seeking the pylon. He's out of bounds. Pylon went down, but he's out of bounds first, and he put the spin cycle and crossover on Lawrence.
And they are loving it here. Just the zone read. If he would have given it to Joe Jackson, he may have walked in. Great job on the perimeter. Get those hands inside. Do not reach the ball. Steps out there. Do not reach the ball unless it's fourth down, end of half, end of game.
First and goal.
Too many nightmares resort from that. Certainly his right foot is out. They'll spot it where the ball was.
So Johnson, 2 conversions with his legs today. Edwards, first window not open. Second window not open. Flag is down as he walks in. Flag down at the 4-yard line, right where that run broke.
Holding. Offense. Number 56. 10-yard penalty. First down.
It's 56 lane gang, and this is again the byproduct of Dylan Edwards. You got to take the good with the bad, I guess you'd say. Here's 56. He's going to press and then bounce. So he starts to press it, then bounces it outside.
Now first and goal from the 14.
I can see why they called that definitely a grab and a restriction right there. No doubt about it on Lawson. 0 is Lawson, a great player who's going to track that down.
Well, it's been a lazy Susan of right tackles for Kansas State this year.
It's very Midwestern here. And beautiful.
When in Rome.
In the heartland, yes.
When in Manhattan. Edwards out of there. Johnson runs the other way. Johnson has a convoy. Johnson to the pylon again. Is he in this time? No. Pretty much the same play we just saw. And he's out at the 3, second and goal.
Yeah, so right here they send Dylan Edwards to the field with motion, QB run all the way. Keep that vertical like that. Keep it tighter to your blockers. And again, if you're at home, do not reach the ball. This is fourth down.
The previous plays on the further review, the ruling on the field is the runner was out of bounds.
His left foot hits there. It looks like it's the first thing to be out of bounds right there. So that's in. Still has firm control, which you got to key it in. The left foot is going to be the first thing to hit out of bounds there. So that's, I think it's just short, but it's going to be a little bit closer than they have it spotted right now.
I was going to say, if nothing more, they're going to move the spot forward.
Should be inside the 1 for sure.
It was marked at the 3. And Avery Johnson was out of the huddle pointing up to the video board, telling the officials, you got to look at that. I think I got a touchdown.
A great picture right there. That looks like just short as that left foot hits. I'll try to piece together if we have a down the line, goal line shot.
Johnson had just missed on one of these tightrope plays 2 plays ago.
There's a great picture of it. There's the side judge in perfect position. So left foot out, short of the goal line. By my Southern Oregon geometry,
I was going to say,
it's first and goal at the 2.5-inch line. Do they have it? It's not a 2.5-inch line, but it's really close.
At the further review, the runner did step out of bounds with the ball at the half-yard line. It'll be second down.
A good side angle logic by you in that Southern Oregon geometry. So down at the half-yard line, and you would think we're going to see a bunch of tight ends and big bodies here, right?
Yeah. A lot of pounds. A lot of pounds on both sides. Let's see if K-State has both quarterbacks in this wad right here, not trying to show the personnel, multiple tight ends. They have all sorts of big boy, 13 personnel, 14 personnel, 1 back, 3 tight ends, 1 back, 4 tight ends. This looks like just 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends, and then the 2 wideouts up top.
It is the bigger back Jackson, who has almost 30 pounds on the other back, Dylan Edwards, beside Johnson. And it is Jackson. He uses that size to plunge in. K-State with the first touchdown of the day, and the first touchdown UCF has given up in a first half this year. It's 9-0 Wildcats.
Great job by Sam Hecht right at the point of attack inside, getting it started, getting under the pads of 13 Lockett, and then cuts it back. Lewis Carter untouched into the backfield. Really good vision and realization by Joe Jackson to cut it back.
The first touchdown of the year for Jackson.
And UCF in the first half, that is an amazing stat. Doesn't matter who you're playing.
UCF was in a dogfight, 0-0 at the half with Jacksonville State. Blew out North Carolina A&T, and then blew out North Carolina and Bill Belichick last week. But it has been Kansas State out in front in the first half today. Maldonado set it up with a pick. And then it was Jackson that punched it in, his first score of the year. 10-zip Wildcats. The Joe Jackson touchdown has K-State up 10-0. Gunnar Maldonado had the interception, his first as a Kansas State Wildcat. And Taven Jackson knocked out of the game. That's the UCF starting quarterback. Pads off, ice on his left shoulder. Nixon has a kickoff return touchdown this year, and K-State knows it well. Stack him up past the 20. And this K-State defense has looked a lot like what we just saw in special teams today.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal right there. It's Purnell and Romaine combining for the stop, and then just multiple bodies to the ball. But they've been able to play zone coverage. Pressure that time from Romaine creates the pick. Gunnar Maldonado setting him up in business, resulting in a touchdown and a 10-love lead.
And they've knocked the quarterback down. They've knocked the quarterback out, Taven Jackson. So Jakari Brown, what do we need to see differently from him after that first series?
He'll just have a chance to settle him down and talk to him again about what he wants to get to. And a reverse is one of them.
And nowhere to go for Burke. He is clobbered. Austin Romaine sets the edge. And a herd of Wildcats came with him. Loss of 5.
Beautifully defended. Watch 47 set the edge here. Upfield, he says, I'm not letting this get around. Turns it back to the boys. Romaine, Alcorn, Crowder, tackle for loss. Really good awareness that time by Stuff being going, hey, I don't want any tricks before halftime. Get upfield, set the edge of the defense.
And Stufflebean's hit that knocked Taven Jackson out of the game, the starting quarterback for UCF. Burke was shaken up on that hit. This is a back shoulder ball. It's caught. DJ Black, who can fly. And just like that, UCF has life. 82-yard sprint for DJ Black and the first touchdown for the Knights. Wesley Fair beat in coverage after he whiffed on the knockdown attempt. It was off to the races for Black.
Great location by Jakari Brown, as you said, just a perfect back shoulder. And Fair kind of didn't believe his eyes when he saw the ball come out. Froze for a heartbeat. And that got Black out of it. Let's take a look at 18 is the safety responsible for this area. He's going to show up over the top. He funnels him inside, then gets back outside. He just takes the wrong angle. It's got to run to that upfield shoulder. And Black's going, hey, DJ, hit your head on the goalpost. Makes one man miss, and they are right back in it.
Hadn't run a play. UCF hadn't run a play past midfield.
Still haven't.
No, they've at least gone into opposing territory now. And Jakari Brown off the bench for Taven Jackson. to his former Division II wide receiver. DJ Black was playing at Limestone University, a university that shut its doors, not in operation anymore, and they found a gem in DJ Black, still refining his route running. But if there's one thing we know and they know, he can go.
Yes, he can. As evidenced right there. And now UCF has something to deal with. 21. Nornberg had the KOR for a touchdown last week against Army, or 2 weeks ago against Army. Got to have a plan for him. Let's see how they deal with it.
K-State had Nixon bottled up, the dangerous return man for UCF. He'll have to return that the other way. With Nornberg getting a chance to return this from his own 5. He had a crease that closed fast when he got out to the 25. There was a little something there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was, and then a great job at that second level, the overlap players, they call them. There's that first line of defense, and almost like a linebacker or safety closing.
Officials timeout for an injury.
Troy Ford Jr. closed on him, made the tackle on special teams. And Nornberg is down, so is seemingly half of Kansas State's kick return unit. Zach Wittenberg, the injured Wildcat.
And now it just changes everything, the quick strike there. And now I got to go back and look. You got 2:49 on the clock. Both teams still have 2 timeouts in addition to the 2-minute timeout. And as if we recall, UCF won the toss. They deferred, so they'll get the ball back in the second half. So that'll be in the mix here as we end this first half.
Chris Kleiman, the head coach for Kansas State, out with Wittenberg and the training staff for the Wildcats.
Quick strike, explosive play. They've been kind of the grinded out a lot of times, but always have that ability to make those explosive plays. And you're 2 snaps out of it, man. You're down 10 points. You're 2 snaps out of it.
Zach Wittenberg down in the field for Kansas State. While we have a moment, let's check in with Mike Hill, see what's coming up at the half.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, could Illinois find a way to slow down USC's high-octane offense? Notre Dame's at Arkansas in their first ever meeting. And see what Jalen Daniels and the Jayhawks are doing against Cincinnati. Connie and Mark, come see what we're doing at the half. We'd love to have you. Will you join us? See you then.
Invitation accepted, Mike Hill. And Zach Wittenberg up on his feet for Kansas State, injured on the kickoff return. Blocking for Nornberg. Excited to hear what Mike and the guys are talking about at halftime. A great start to the weekend of the Big 12 last night with that Arizona State TCU game that came down to the finish.
Every game was great. Multiple overtimes. TCU, ASU as well.
Virginia taking out number 8 Florida State. Including some highlights from the early window. All that and more in 2:49 of game time from our LA studios. Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards back to work, and Edwards pops a big one to start this drive out across the 40 with a first down.
Really nice work right here, getting him on the edge, doing what he does best, running that almost like that 200-meter turn. That time Joe Jackson, the off back, helping his buddy out. Got 2 backs in the backfield. He gets out in front of him. Really nice job setting the edge, making that happen, getting him in space.
That's 8 explosive runs already for Kansas State. Any run of 10+ yards and explosive. That's their 8th of the game, and that is the opposite. That is a loss. And Edwards set down by Rodney Laura. So that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout in this first half that took a quick turn on the DJ Black sprint of 82 yards for UCF. We got a 3-point ball game in the Big 12 from Manhattan, Kansas.
When they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys hopping our coast. Way too big when we pull up, give me the loot.
Trell Harris and the fellas at Virginia last night, knocking out Florida State, the number 8 team in the country, in double overtime. And might have seen on Fox. Great one in
Fabulous.
the Big 12.
Fabulous finishes, fabulous field storming, and a couple of one-score games. You know a thing or two about that.
Johnson got it into a tight window to Tibbs. Just buzzed it past that outside defender. First down after Damari Henderson was buzzing out, thinking pick.
Really nice fit by Avery Johnson right there. That's when he's good, man. Just play in rhythm on time. Firm fundamentals. Get it out to Tibbs.
20-yard pop. First play out of the 2-minute timeout. Right back into plus territory for Avery Johnson in K-State. Edwards ran into a wall, and he is snowed under by Carter. K-State has played a bunch of close games, just like we saw last night, and this has been close by score, but not by plays in plus territory. 16-0.
Feels way more dominant than his 3-point lead. 51 Lawrence just checking in here to get a pass rush.
Johnson fake to Edwards. Eyes still on Edwards. Over his head and complete to Sterling Lockett. First down Wildcats. 1:10 to go. Clock stops.
Really nice ball. Watch play it with Avery. It's a predetermined rollout. Great layer over the top of that underneath coverage. Nice location and finish by Sterling Lockett.
As Scott Frost said to us yesterday in our UCF meeting, Lockets have been at Kansas State since the
dawn of man.
Origins of this universe. That's right. Johnson stretching it out, and it's strung out by UCF's front.
Lockers number 2, Avery Johnson.
He got nothing on that play. Run out of bounds. Malachi Lawrence in the area.
Dylan Edwards a little frustrated there, as every back is when the quarterback pulls it. Should have kept it. Should have given it.
Running backs will say that, what, 99% of the time?
Yes.
Unless they're going to get clocked.
Right, exactly.
Well, that did stop the clock, so no gain. That's the positive for Avery Johnson. Gave himself a little more time to operate. And him and Edwards back in full force together today. Fake it to him. Johnson out. Johnson eyeing the first down. He is angled out just ahead of that first down. Kelly Lawson brings up a third down.
Good reaction again by Avery Johnson, seeing the grass, filling it up. Everything was covered downfield. Had a couple of guys who maybe borderline tackled in the secondary. Probably got away with a couple holds, but a good bounce. And that time Sterling Lockett 6, a really nice job of downfield blocking as well.
8 rushes. That's the big number for Avery Johnson. He has gotten back to what makes him him and what made him a 5-star recruit. This time Edwards does get it. He has a great block on the outside, and he's forced out. His tight end, Will Swanson, set that edge, and Edwards ran right past him for a first.
Yeah, doing a nice job on this perimeter run game, changing up the scheme slightly, changing up who the blockers are at the point of attack. Good show and bounce by Dylan Edwards, and there's Swanson, 83. As you said, hands inside, run, and then thump. Here comes Lewis Carter.
He had his man, Braden Marshall, engaged for what, like 5 seconds?
Really nice job.
It was like pushing the sled for Will Swanson. First and goal, Kansas State. Trying to make it a 2-score lead again before halftime.
Throw back.
Johnson throws it back to a wide open man. Touchdown, Will Ancio.
Bill Snyder Family Stadium crowd loving this response, loving the drive. Some run, some pass, and then the tricks to Ancio. Beautifully designed and better execution.
A good sequence for the tight ends.
Yes.
For Kansas State.
Showing their versatility. Right here, this is an oldie but goodie. Everybody has some version of this. Alex Grinch, a lot of man for UCS defense. You're going to see 80 right here. Route's going to clear out. So now Avery has to be an actor. Sell it front side, see that corner run through and replace it with the throw. Beautiful execution, clinic tape.
He has the mane to be in.
Oh, and the flowing locks too.
He's got the look.
The Sunflower State on their feet, at least half.
Johnson has been much improved as a play-action passer this year. He has had less chances to do it because the run game hasn't been good.
Yeah, run game hasn't been good, and then, you know, when they get in that Army game and they had a kickoff return for a touchdown, the long drives, the onside kick, you know, debacle. You're gonna have a lot of numbers go askew when that happens.
Perfect drive through the air for Avery Johnson. Also a couple good pickups with his legs. And Kansas State back up by 10 after they led it 10-0. UCF just had the quick strike, 82-yard touchdown to DJ Black the last time they were on the field. Now 2 timeouts, 45 seconds left. Remember, this is their backup, Jakari Brown. Taven Jackson knocked out of the game with a shoulder injury. UCF's offense, whether it's been Jackson or Brown, haven't been on the field very much.
Yeah, K-State fans see that as up the other side of the glass half full again. Just their previous matchups, tough. Their execution, tough. Didn't earn it, didn't stay on the field. Today, a totally different story.
Well, UCF will try to double up here.
Yes.
They get the ball at a halftime. 45 seconds to break. Brown, window closed, window open on the outside. He is in bounds. Clock winding inside 40 seconds. And no timeout being taken.
Just going to go fast here in no huddle mode. Probe this, maybe another one. Maybe outside the 40, take a couple pops.
Took a lot of time off. Now the ball's on the ground. Trouble with the operation for Brown.
See if now if either sideline takes a timeout, looks like Scott Frost is going to take it to the house. Might try to snap 5.
Down to 5, down to 4, down to 3. They don't snap it. Going in locker room time. Well, maybe they'd give it a shot. The explosive got him right back in the game, but Scott Frost saw enough with his quarterback banged up. They lost Cam Fancher in week 1, and Jakari Brown looks.
Take a look at Jakari Brown at halftime as well. Yeah. Oh. Man, and it looked like right there just a collision, the fumbled exchange, and he went to the ground. Man, that could happen that fast. Cam Fancher, buckle up.
So all 3 quarterbacks for UCF have taken pops early in this season. Let's go to Mike Hill.
Mike Hill, come play some quarterback for us.
Please, Mike. They beg you.
Well, we got to.
Looks like a postcard in Manhattan, Kansas today. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in week 5, and the yardage for Kansas State with Avery Johnson and Dylan Edwards swinging way to the right there with the Wildcats. They lead at 17-7, 1 half through. We're glad you're back with us. Mark Helfrich, I'm Connor Onion. Avery Johnson told us he was going to run the ball a little bit more. He did in the first half. They got Dylan Edwards back and looked really sharp.
Yeah, those together have been it's just a completely different look, and that energizes everybody. Imagine that your best player is back along with your quarterback who's just getting better and better. That energizes the defense, that energizes the special teams, and this crowd.
Well, for UCF, they got to figure out who's going to play quarterback.
Oh,
they lost Taven Jackson in the first half to an apparent shoulder injury, and then Jakari Brown, who replaced him.
Yeah, Jakari Brown got banged up right there on the last couple plays, the last 2 plays. He looked okay warming up on the sideline, but between he and or Cam Fancher, we'll find out with you as they take the field.
Well, UCF does get it first. K-State kicks it away, and the second half off and running with a kick that did break the plane and go through for a touchback. It's dangerously close to a penalty. But out to the 25 for UCF, and Cody Stufflebean has made 3 hits that have sent guys to the sideline, including that one on the starter at quarterback Taven Jackson.
Yeah, if I see Cody Stufflebean in a dark alley, I'm running the other way, or a quarterback anywhere near a football field. You better work the protection to that dude. He's gotten in the backfield with a bad attitude and finished those guys off. Nothing cheap at all just physical, tough defense. And speaking of tough guys, here comes Jakari Brown.
Brown favoring that shoulder, headed into the locker room, but he did have the big throw to DJ Black, 82-yard play. Other than that, not much doing against this Kansas State defense. Stufflebean was in pursuit. Brown got away, but he's twisted down. Couldn't get away from Osun Sami. And no gain on first down in the first play of the second half.
Really well defended, a fake reverse. They were trying to take a shot, had 2 options. They were both covered. Really good reaction by Jakari Brown, and then just the relentless pursuit of that 4-man rush got home.
Osun Sami's been the bright spot of Kansas State's struggles on defense to start the year. He has had 10 other guys coming with him today. Kansas State looking more like last year Kansas State on defense, and they filled that hole. Wesley Fair is in there to bring up third down.
Yeah, you said it, Fair, the issue on the touchdown for K-State. Watch this just fill up right here. It's going to come right downhill, get all the way down to linebacker level. Great reaction. That's what we talked about earlier. He is the most physical guy on that back end. Quay Moss, Fortenberry, McIntosh, Payne, great cover guys. The closer Fair is to the ball, the better.
No matter who's been the quarterback today, UCF has not been able to stay on the field. There's 1 third-down conversion in that first half. On their first third down of this half, Brown looking to run. Romaine in pursuit, and a bunch of Wildcats are there to stack them up. Daniel Cobbs, Ryan Davis, and a whole herd of them bring up a 4th down.
Really good job on first down, really good job on second down. And then right here, Romaine, just watch the patience. He's the smartest guy, he's the leader, he's the vocal leader. As soon as he triggers, I'm gonna run to his outside hip, turn him back to all my partners coming inside out.
Day started with a bunch of punts for UCF. Second half starts with a bunch of punts, or at least 1 punt. After a 3 and out for the UCF offense. Sterling Lockett back to return for K-State. And hit in front of him and touched up by the long snapper Dalton Riggs. Kansas State's defense challenged during their bye week to play with a little bit more passion. They brought it on this Saturday in Manhattan. They get the ball when you come back. After a first drive, 3 and out for UCF, and looked like Taven Jackson was knocked out of the game, their starter. He has a jersey back on, his shoulder pads back on, and he has been warming up.
Yeah, just warmed up and looked totally normal QB draw.
It's Avery Johnson sliding down right in front of Philip Dunham. He got 4 yards on his first play from scrimmage of the second half.
Good design, had a chance to throw it outside or run the design QB draw, had the numbers, and then they mark it where he starts the slide, and that was right there at the 39-yard line, 2nd and 6.
A day where Kansas State hopes that they can turn their season after a 1-3 start. Still just 1 Big 12 loss. That opener in Dublin. And it creases for Edwards. First down, just shy of midfield.
And it's just one more way, run through the tackles. Again, look at the offensive line. We're gonna have 2 pullers, center, and the H-back tight end category, Cat. And whiskers away from being gone. K-State fans very happy to see that, man.
First down, out around midfield at the 49. After Edwards' big run, they fake it to him. Sideline, Tibbs streaking along the paint, and he's got it for a first down.
With a nice action, the comeback route, the deep comeback, and they're going to go a little tempo here. Avery Johnson gets his hips squared up. Great location.
Going quick. Full shot. Complete. Another big hit. And the high route. Oh, Oakley almost with the hurdle, but he's got a first down and goal for the Wildcats.
Garrett Oakley wanting to get him involved more and more. Great little route design there into that bunch concept. 86 gets lost as a wheel route, basically a version of a double post. Two guys from the outside running posts, and just a little delay, avoid the traffic wheel, and then a little hurdle, mini hurdle. That's a big man doing a hurdle.
Yeah, hit the sticks on the way over that hurdle, but 35-yard hit, and Jackson not going to get there. He's down at the 1, second and goal.
Same play they ran before that Jackson scored on. Defensive coordinator Alex Grinch for UCF saw that movie coming. They did a nice job scheming that up. K-State changed the look a little bit with the jet sweep action.
We saw Alex Grinch's defense pulled up in plus territory several times in the first half. K-State did punch it in off of a turnover. And then at the end of the half, in their 2 minutes, to lead 17-7. On a second down, little inside for 6. They pay it off with Oakley. He set him up. He has the closer and the shimmy to end the drive.
Just a little gap scheme. Watch the shovel pass. Avery Johnson and all quarterbacks love this. A little power pass, action, shovel, and a touchdown pass as it goes into the record books.
And a touchdown catch for Oakley.
See, that was a good dance for a tight end right there. That was impressive.
I like that you qualified it with for a tight end.
Yeah, for a tight end. It was a qualifier.
Well, pretty good speed for a tight end for Oakley to get him down there on the wheel route. And then the inside pitch after he was blasted just shy. This very deep and talented tight end room led by Garrett Oakley. Catch, shovel, time to dance. 24/7 Wildcats. One of the toughest dudes in his time as a quarterback in college, former UCF quarterback turned quarterback's coach, Mackenzie Milton.
Yeah, if you don't know his story, man, look it up. Google it, as they say. Coming back from the most horrific injuries of all time, and no question why these quarterbacks are tough.
The reason that we see Mackenzie Milton there is his quarterback looks like he's coming back out after this game break with Mike Hill in our LA studios.
All right, fellas, Louisville and Pitt, Cardinals unbeaten this season. Tight game, second quarter. Panthers quarterback Eli Holstein trying to make something happen. Finds his guy, Raphael Williams Jr. for 38 yards. That put Pitt up 27-17, and that's where we stand at the half. Connor and Mark.
Mike, thank you very much. That was our all-state game break. And it is Taven Jackson back on the field. Looked like his day was done. Pads were off, jersey was off, but here he comes.
Went to the team position, got a little feel good, and man, what a tough dude.
It's a run on his first snap back since the second quarter from Montgomery. And Taven Jackson, you got to think this is a part of wanting to get back out there. He's lost 3 quarterback competitions, and I'm sure in his mind he's like, this is not the way I'm losing the job after I finally win it.
Yeah, he was at, again, for people that don't know his story, at Tennessee, at Indiana, very highly recruited, coveted guy. He's an Indiana native, doesn't win the job at either spot, comes to UCF and doesn't win this job. And then when Cam Fancher went down in the first game, has maximized it, and Montgomery's going to maximize this one.
Montgomery out of the first surge, hitting the sideline, and an explosive for Miles Montgomery, helping out Taven Jackson back in there after injury.
Quarterback's best friend, get the run game going, get your leader, your captain. Watch this with him, great patience, stays square, gets him behind. It's basically a mid-zone cutback play. Gunnar Maldonado, the picker earlier, number 3, misses in the box, and Montgomery across the 30 in business.
We haven't seen a monster game from Montgomery yet in his 3 games as the starting running back. Maybe today his first 100-yard rushing game. Oh, Jackson is going to run. I wonder if we would see that on the bad shoulder. He did take off to the sideline and got nothing.
No, you don't question this dude's toughness after this display. And that's something as the play caller, in this case, Scott Frost, can control that. If, hey, you know, it's an automatic give situation on that type of run, or it's a way we always do it, an RPO or a run read type of situation right there, letting him play.
Jackson had ice on his shoulder, pads were off, all indications day was done. But after a 3-and-out coming back, after that pop to the shoulder, he throws for the first time. Black was down there, and it's incomplete. Rich and Maldonado in area and coverage, and it's 3rd down.
Defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman is very worried about this, the backside double post. That's what this is. It's a rollout, predetermined rollout. There's one of those 2 posts, and he is in a ton of traffic. A little bit of a short arm, and I understand why. That ball should have been picked, a touchdown should have been picked.
Shoulda. 3 times over. All that leading to a 3rd down and 12 for Taven Jackson. He pumps to the flat. Eyes back to the middle. Nothing there for Jackson. He's got the space to get the first down, but where did that slide start? Yep. He is 1 yard short. The end of the slide took him there. The beginning of the slide was a yard short.
Really good awareness at the beginning by Taven Jackson. The C's part again as the rush goes by him. And then right there, you just got to peek out of the corner of your eye as a quarterback, know where that line to gain is. And that is a perfect picture, great picture by our people at the 21-yard line, 4th down.
Makari Brown in at quarterback on a 4th and 1. UCF perfect on 4th downs this year. A big one in this second half. Brown stopped originally, and the ball comes out. Is the play dead, though? The whistles came after the ball came out. He was right there at the marker. Scott Frost saying he's
on the
down.
field is a fumble. Recovered by the defense. It'll be 1st down, Kansas State.
But Justice Clemens ended up with the ball for K-State, and it's their ball.
So just going to have to find this in the mayhem. Where's the ball? You see 11. This is a time where you can reach it on 4th down. And that definitely comes out. It comes out before it breaks the plane and line to gain. The only thing that changes now is if his knees are down, which we can't see right there.
He's on a ton of bodies.
He's on top of bodies. And it's going to stay Kansas State ball. Either way.
So ruling on the field on a 4th down was that Makari Brown fumbled. Kansas State recovered, and it will be their ball. It's in review now. Mike Pereira with us. Mike, a lot of smoke to work through here with all those bodies. What do you see?
Boy, there really is. I mean, we've been looking at all the angles here that we have, and I really don't see anything to conclusively prove that they could change this. And then, as Coach said, it's a 4th down play. If he was down, had he made the line to gain, and the ball disappears from the angle right down the line. So all of those uncertainties, it would seem to me that you really couldn't change that.
Yeah, it feels like K-State's ball either way, right? Either he's down and it hasn't
After
penetrated.
further review, the ruling on the field is upheld to be 1st down, Kansas State.
And just as Mike P said, and that's the thing of if he was down, his knee or shin or anything prior to that, the ball then hadn't penetrated the line to gain or made the line to gain. If he did make the line to gain, then it was a fumble. The forward progress thing was out, play out.
First time all year UCF has been stopped on a 4th down. It's also their 2nd turnover after just 1 in their first 3 games. And their defense stands up on the first play of this drive with Kozlowski in the backfield.
They rotate these guys a lot. Lawson, Carter, Kozlowski, and you see why does a great job on special teams right there, just in the backfield, physical, getting the dangerous Edwards to the ground.
A little bit different look for those backers today and the decisions they have to make with Dylan Edwards back in there and Avery Johnson running some more. Empty it out on a 2nd and 14. And he Buses it past Tibbs, incomplete. Third down and long.
Just you can see the communication right there of Tibbs, like, hey man, just stop. I'm anticipating you to stop right there, and that's one where Tibbs zagged and Avery threw the zig.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of Jace Brown.
No, it was just in on the first, I think just that first drive. Trying to keep an eye on him because he is a weapon as well.
Johnson got out of the pocket and he circled his way back. Made it to the 30. Now mark him at the 29. Needed the 32. So he picked up 11 of the 14 he needed for the first down.
For an injured player of the defense.
It's Braden Marshall down for UCF after he was in on the tackle.
Braden Marshall just flies around. It's good to see him hop up. There were two K-State offensive linemen in the backfield as well, slow to get up. Taking a time and watch this shot. This is where Avery Johnson just recognizes the coverage, allows him to run out, get vertical, and protect yourself. Can't really see what happened.
Marshall was just outside of the picture to the left there.
He's wearing number 24.
He was the first man in. Marshall there with the green mouthpiece. Helped off the field. And a low snap. UCF is close to getting there. And another booming punt. McClendon unloads and sends it back inside the 20. A 54-yard boom after a 65-yarder in the first half. The UCF will be backed up, chasing a few scores with Montgomery leading this offense against a stout Kansas State defense in Manhattan. Just two big plays allowed by Kansas State's defense in this game. One was a DJ Black 82-yard touchdown, but they have swarmed Taven Jackson and Jakari Brown at quarterback. And it is Jackson back out, the starter, after he was hurt in the first half, and he puts the ball on the money along the sideline. And there's the third big play. Dwayne Thomas streaks down.
You set him up for that, and just a strike by Taven Jackson, the tough guy, play fake, little switch route into boundary, hole shot, beautifully executed.
Back in the ball quickly, out of the backfield, it's Nixon. They love him on the perimeter. Wow, McIntosh comes up and socks him before he can get any further downfield. Give him 10 yards and another first down.
Yeah, Nixon's not going to run out of bounds. He'll turn it back inside, hit that weak inside shoulder, and McIntosh finished it.
All right, they did mark him short, and that could get him there. This will also depend on the spot. Gave him 9.5 on the first down play.
Alcorn, Crowder, and Fair right there. We talked about Fair's ability to get at the line of scrimmage. There he is behind the line of scrimmage.
Short again, Jackson in the pile, and now they've got the first down.
A really nice push. I thought I saw the ball flash up there for a second. But that again, a quarterback sneak against all these bodies after being hurt, again, can't commend the toughness of this kid enough.
Quick pitch out. Thomas. And the explosive out in the perimeter. He's tackled after a 6-yard gain on first down.
They're going fast right here, but that last play just exhibits his ability to just catch and turn two, get the ball out.
Another quick pass to Thomas. This one at his feet. Third down ahead for Jackson and UCF.
And then the easy one makes it look hard just to get the fundamentals of getting the laces, getting it out. Just bogged down, but this is two down territory for them.
So this score, they'll probably live that way a lot of the rest of the game, right?
Yep.
Chasing 17. UCF came back from a 21-point TCU lead in their Big 12 opener last year. This is Montgomery right up the gut, and he had a couple of guys from behind him try to drag him down. Fought through the arm tackle and is right at the 25. It is a first down.
Yeah, Osen Sami, let's see, 44. Penetrate the backfield right here, does a great job of shedding Max drag, and then runs Just runs through the arm tackle that time. Nice job by Montgomery.
Montgomery, the tough yard, dirty work back for UCF. They went to him on a short yardage play to move the chains again. They fake it to him this time. Jackson protected and over the top, almost picked. Gunnar Maldonado had the pick in the first half, and it was through his hands and incomplete.
Wade Charles, 19, is the first crosser he's looking at right there, coming right to left. And he was open, came off him, and just a little late and just a little unsure. And an unsure throw down the middle usually ends up in a DB's belly.
It was Justice Clemens who had the underneath coverage. Maldonado over the top. And second down. Play clock getting late. And Jackson gets it off. That's pressure. Down he goes. They brought Rich on the corner blitz. And he sits him down for the sack.
Zayshawn Rich, their best cover guy. This guy has a bright future. Watch him come right here. Says, I could do the tough stuff too. I'm not just a cover guy. Great disguise, great execution. Nice call, D coordinator Joe Kleinerman. Think about that condensed set. You can disguise a little bit more, and Zayshawn Rich did that beautifully.
Third down and a 15. Jackson spun around, and he is hit for a second straight play. Obi Izor was the first there to slow him down. Osun Sami finished him off, and it's a fourth down.
Just a pass rush drill. They've got 5 up on the line of scrimmage, and then they've got Taven Jackson right where they want him. The twist game, as you said, Osun Sami makes him redirect for a second and finishes him as well. Stufflebean, if there's a quarterback on the field, he'll touch him.
He's been all over the place. So Noe Ruelas, his career long is 52. This is a 53-yarder. And he has the leg.
The 53-yard field goal.
A new career long for Ruelas, who had a 52-yarder at James Madison last year. And he makes it a 2-score game.
Beautiful execution. As you said, just stroked perfectly. It's like the Ryder Cup, little perfect drive.
Well, not for the Americans. It's been a great start for the Americans.
It's early. It's early.
An 11-play, 48 yards, 4:02 on the drive. Punctuated by that K-State pass rush.
Yes. When those guys are turned loose, the coverage, they've been doing a great job downfield for the most part in coverage. Just a couple of exceptions, huge plays. But right there, great job on first and second down to let your guys go after it on third down.
So Scott Frost and UCF haven't had much going on offense. DJ Blacks.
Number 23 is now wearing number 42. 23 is now number 42.
DJ Blacks, 82-yard touchdown in the first half. Their biggest play. Dwayne Thomas with an explosive on that drive. But ended up with a field goal. Devon Rice back to return for Kansas State. Saw their normal
Nuremberg went down, yeah.
Nuremberg limped off earlier in this game, so it's Devon Rice back there to receive this one. See if Rice gives it a shot. He will not. Over his head. So Kansas State, their offensive line and some of their struggles running the ball has had to do with gambling at right tackle and at right guard.
Yeah, Lane Gang, Enos Hecht has been really impressive today, throwing a little offside of Hawkins. And again, let's point out, no Dylan Edwards during any of this stretch. Nelson, Lane Gang, and then, let's do it a little different way today. and really has been, for the most part, very successful. Ton of that. You see a couple of those guys in as well. Vass getting some run right here. They wanted to get him in. That was by design, no matter what the situation was. But Dylan Edwards makes everybody better.
Vass had only played 3 snaps this season before getting good run today. Here's Edwards to the big hole from that restructured offensive line. Up he goes! Dylan Edwards flies home for a touchdown! Behind Devin Vass, he goes 75 yards.
He just makes people better. Coach Kleiman said he's our helium. He inflates everybody, including this capacity crowd. And that's the difference right there between good and great, right? Runs through one tackle, runs through another tackle. Vass fighting his tail off for some run and to give his guy just a little bit of light.
Over 200 yards rushing for the first time this year for Kansas State, something that they did all the time last year when DJ Giddens and this offensive line were second best in the Big 12 running the ball.
You see the little inside zone, mid zone as he's come to the right side, center, right guard, right tackle. Great job on the perimeter. I think that was Tibbs, and then runs through. 2 unblocked defenders, making everybody feel all right.
Was it a Days of Thunder quote that Matt Wells threw out there?
Run through the smoke.
Run through the smoke.
Run through the smoke.
That's what Dylan Edwards
Put him to
does.
sleep.
Yep.
Run through the smoke. We got dancing people in overalls. Not in mid-season form on the high 10s from that guy. Come on, that's better.
They got there.
Yeah. Those girls helped him. That was good.
Yeah, kind of the Steph Curry look from said night. Dylan Edwards on the touchdown.
Whew.
Man, he can burn.
Oh. And he plays at one speed almost always, and that's it. Runs through a tackle full speed. Turns left at a 45-degree full speed. That's really difficult to do.
Avery Johnson is fast, right? Their quarterback. Even he said, I can't do what Dylan Edwards does.
Yeah, running multiple directions at full speed.
So 31-10, the K-State lead. UCF was stopped on back-to-back plays with sacks and settled for a field goal. So they go from cutting it to 2 scores to right back into a 3-score situation late in this third quarter.
And we wondered coming into this the strength of schedule of UCF was by a lot of rankings over 200, which I didn't know that was possible. The ranking was about 204 according to the Sagarin strength of schedule rating. That's kind of like a fax machine for you people at home. You'll have to explain that to what that is exactly. The BCS calculations, and K-State's 33rd. So you put that in perspective, and kind of on display today is both these teams are somewhere in the middle. UCF without a quarterback.
Well, Purnell missed in the backfield. Both linebackers were coming, and Nixon snuck out of there.
But just UCF had earned confidence, demonstrated confidence against who they played. And K-State, there were a ton of questions because of who they played and how they played them, the reaction to coming back from Dublin.
Even Scott Frost said that, right?
Yeah.
We don't even know.
Right.
What big hit in the backfield. Quay Moss playing with speed like he has most of the year. Third down.
Quay's the juice guy. Defensive coordinator Joe Kleiman pointed out Austin Romaine and 6, Quay Moss. He said if guys making noise physically or with his voice from the back end, it's 6.
Well, this K-State defense played a little timid the first 4 weeks, but Moss throws technique out the window sometimes.
And this team, man, how different does this team look than Arizona? I mean, just night and day of dictating the tempo. A little bit of change of scheme, but not much.
Nobody home for Jackson. In between 2 guys, Fox and Black. Wade and Charles also kind of in the area.
I think Wade and Charles was the guy there. It was a little option route. And again, kind of what Avery Johnson did earlier of, hey, man, give him, run the route with his hand. But just watch this little option route by 19. He's anticipating to break outside. You saw him indicate that to 19 right after. Hey, give a little one of those.
So the biggest question for UCF on offense coming into the year, the receivers.
Yep.
And they've had rolling quarterbacks with 3 different guys back there.
Charge timeout, Kansas State. First half will be a 30-second timeout.
See if Coach Frost ends up changing this. It's 4th and 5, and Coach Kleiman, head coach from K-State, saying, no, you're not catching us off guard. Maybe you make us burn a timeout and punt it, but we're going to be in position to defend this 4th down.
So before this 4th down, next Saturday, the fight for the AL pennant begins with 2 game ones as the league's best square off in the American League Division Series. It all starts next Saturday on Fox and FS1. The Red Sox clinched to postseason berth last night on a walk-off. And the Blue Jays, Yankees still playing for the AL East this weekend. Mariners already in there. Cal Raleigh, 60 home runs on the season. The Big Dumpa. Best nickname in baseball.
A lot of questions about that.
We can circle back. 4th down and 4 for Taven Jackson and UCF.
Zone coverage here from K-State. Motion to the back of the backfield, getting the tell on the coverage. Taven Jackson directs the protection.
He is protected. Now he's running out of time. Through the first surge, flag down where it broke, and it's incomplete. Had a wide open Nixon, and the flag is back at the 20.
Taven Jackson, man, tough dude. Got face masked for sure, then broke out the line stunt, had another free rusher.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Take a look at the offender. Check, yeah, 55, Alcorn Crowder.
55
Yep.
for the defense.
Alcorn Crowder, one of those big boys in there. It was either 55 or 56. I just can't say enough about this Taven Jackson's toughness.
His target was Nixon there. We haven't seen Miles Montgomery in this drive.
Now, they seem like they give him, a little run, each guy between Nixon and Montgomery.
Purnell coming on a blitz. It's away and off hands. Kylan Fox twisted around, couldn't grab it.
That's the throw that he hasn't missed to this point, And again, the tempo is different. K-State's defense is different than the opponents he played. And right there, just the difference of one shoulder to the other. And that guy's turning up. And, maybe a first down or more.
Anything you've noticed mechanically that he's changed with the shoulder?
Well, no, he's actually, I've been very impressed by he's looked normal. Right there, just a little out of sorts timing-wise.
Jackson left the game in the first half with a shoulder injury. And Nixon, who can burn? He's into open space. Foot race. He wins it. Jaden Nixon, an explosive play waiting to happen. He hits this one for 54.
Said, all right, Dylan Edwards, I see your mid-zone press, get vertical, and use my speed. We asked, can Jaden Nixon break one against these guys? Right there, it happened. The exact same play that Dylan Edwards scored on for K-State.
So a slap back for Nixon after the Edwards score. 54 to cap it.
They saying, please block that kick? It's very polite.
We're on the Midwest.
Yeah. Very polite. Watch this action. Great job up front. And watch Nixon work. Same thing. Find the void and then just hit it. Entire offensive line working with him. We call that some version of a mid-zone. Makes that unblocked defender miss. Really nice design. The unblocked player was the corner. Should be theoretically your, worst tackler on defense. And happy nights.
And Nixon had that game a couple of weeks ago. He had 3 plays to 60-plus.
Yes, including the opening kickoff.
Right.
And, that doesn't even count as a play from scrimmage. Explosive dude. Former West Virginia.
16 of UCF is now wearing number 93. 16 is now number 93.
You think some of the great players they've had over the years. Nobody had done what Nixon did at UCF with 3 60-plus yard touchdowns. 2 on offense, 2 on the kick return. And it shows up for the first time in Big 12 play to make it a 2-score game again.
Kick return for K-State.
This third quarter is more like it, right? It was 3-0 early in this game. 0-0 at the end of the first. And now both offenses have broken out. Edwards and Nixon with the big plays in this third quarter. Now Kansas State with Dylan Edwards back healthy today. It's looked more like their running back history. Darren Sproles, who gave defensive coordinators nightmares. Deuce Vaughn, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. And then DJ Giddens last year and the year before that.
Just the tradition. Darren Sproles, I mean, what a freak. Had the misfortune of playing against him in the Holiday Bowl. Wow. As advertised.
Is that what made you an offensive guy? Seeing Darren Sproles on the other side.
Get the guy on my team.
Well, season high in everything, which when you've only had 9 snaps before today. Really anything they could have gotten from Dylan Edwards would have been a season high today. But 150 yards, and now he's going backwards. The flag is out.
Where that comes from, that's usually going to be a hold. We're blocking the back, I guess, from that angle, but wow.
Nigel Kelly with the dump truck.
The suplex right here kind of gave him a little shimmy. Inside, back out, gets rid of him. Then that's like a 2-point near fall. What is this? Kansas wrestling country.
Face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All right, so that must have been on. Oh, there it is, right there. Great recognition by that official. We were.
Defensive player number 95.
R.J. Jackson flagged there. Everyone was so excited about Kelly's suplex. I missed the initial face mask.
Take off the 2-point takedown. Clock is running. Kansas State won't snap it. So we go to the 4th.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Is this a season-turning day for Kansas State? They've done some things today that make you think so. Looking more like the preseason team that people were talking about for the college football playoff. UCF, they'll have to come back if they want to go 4-0 and win their 17th straight with Scott Frost as the head coach. On to the 4th. K-State by 2 scores. Offense has picked it up in this third quarter. The explosive runs of Dylan Edwards and then Jaden Nixon. And the fourth quarter begins with UCF's defense coming off that penalty, trying to look more like first quarter UCF defense.
Yeah, coming alive, little tackle for loss. That was a predetermined QB run. No read there of any sort, trying to get Avery Johnson going. With a little flash fake to Dylan Edwards.
K-State, the 1-3 start. They had to come back and beat North Dakota for that one win. Off of the bye week. Hoping to turn it around. And into the flat, Edwards, who had the touchdown on the last drive, and he is stopped immediately by Antoine Jackson.
Antoine Jackson is not having that broken tackle. Really good job, Avery Johnson. Recognition, had a corner blitz up the top side. I think it was Henderson coming off the top. He got rid of it in rhythm immediately to the flat, letting him go.
Third down and 9, 1 minute gone in this fourth quarter. Pressure on Johnson, over the middle and drops. He wanted Oakley off his hands. 4th down, and UCF's defense holds to start the 4th.
Good ball. Nice job here by Avery Johnson, and just kind of probably by Oakley a little confused at his depth, but watch him. He's gonna get hit. You see Kozlowski, 43, pulling off, and this is where he's gonna come back right there and go, my bad, the old my bad.
UCF gets it back after Nixon had the big run, and they'll have a long field. 81 yards to get. As Jackson calls for the fair catch. UCF chasing 2 scores, early 4th. Well, most of the UCF offense has come on explosives today. In the first half, they weren't doing much, if anything, until DJ Black got him right on an 82-yard touchdown. And last time to the field, Jaden Nixon from 54.
Yeah, that's an amazing stat right there. The two touchdown plays for $136. Everything else 162. But it's a 2-score game, right? So that the entire offense is open to that man as far as a play call, a run, pass, play action, shots. Keep it balanced and slow down how they can. K-State defensive line.
Taven Jackson has been gobbled out today. Miles Montgomery into open space. He's across midfield. He's got a first down. So both running backs for UCF breaking out. It's the first 100-yard game for Miles Montgomery at UCF.
There's the patience we've seen from 22 as this plays out. Just a little insert with really a draw action. Really good job. Patient, vertical, get outside. Here's another one.
He's got a lead block from Jackson, and Montgomery, after a 44-yard gain, has another first down for now, but this is coming back on a hold.
It's coming back, but how about, again, the toughness of Taven Jackson?
Holding. Offense. Number 8. 10-yard penalty. Stop.
After going down, seeing the trainer, seeing the doctors, and coming back out, and you would not know the difference. Here he is right here on the edge. He's going to come back into your screen and get involved, help his buddy out.
That was Max
against Romaine.
Yeah. Well, one of the most physical defenders out there, and Jackson went head for head with him. Max drag on the hold. He's playing some more snaps today with Dylan Wade out injured. The top tight end for UCF back in Orlando did not make the trip.
Delay.
Delay game. Offense. Number 2. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, they just took a tick to get back going there. The penalty. He was downfield, you know. Had a little collision there with Romaine, a little talk. Just got to get back. It's only a 25-second clock after the administration of the penalty.
He got on the card first and 25.
Not a lot of good days.
No.
Get back in that base stuff.
Stacey Gage in there as the running back, the redshirt freshman out of Tampa. On first and 25, it's Gage. And out of the chase down tackle. And he's able to get some of that penalty yardage back. Got most of the delay back. Second and 21.
Really good pursuit on the backside right there. They were trying to force the ball to be pulled by Taven Jackson, and just chasing it down from the backside. And the Stufflebean again. That was just a predetermined handoff.
We saw the big leg for Ruelas. At minimum, UCF would like to get back in his range. On second and 21, Gage had the blitz pickup. Deep ball, turning around. It is hauled in. Burke with something to say after it. For good reason on a first down.
One-on-one all day if you want this. There's 3 into the boundary. We're going to see the hit first. Hit as he throw. Come back to the route. A little hitch and go. Perfect throw.
So backed up first and 25. They converted on second and 21. Boy, Gage slips out of that tackle. A guy that runs with a lot of aggression after the play that Burke just made.
Here's the route up top. Hitch, whoop, and go. One-on-one action. Perfect location of that ball. Clemens has no chance. It's decent coverage. A little bit of separation by both players. Play on. Perfect ball.
Clemens rips the mouthpiece off of Burke's face mask. Still able to make the catch. UCF in range of making this a 1-score game. After Edwards' touchdown made it 31-10. Jackson gives. And the edge is shut down. Rich cuts down Montgomery. And here's a third down.
Both elements that we've seen from K-State right there. It's a little outside run component from Miles Montgomery and a quarterback counter off the backside. get Montgomery on the edge, and that just sets up a third and manageable situation again.
Huge play right here, and early starting.
Yep. Unbalanced. Had a puller there and got an unfair head start.
Full start. Offense. Number 62. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So that's a hold, a delay, now a false start for UCF backing up on this drive.
Yeah, they've been relatively clean, and right here, both sides of the offensive line. That might have been one on the center.
UCF offense didn't have a penalty all day until the 3 on this drive.
And energizes this crowd.
A massive play in this game. It's a 3rd and 8. Jackson over the middle, broken up. Wanted Thomas, and the top coverage guy for Kansas State, Zayshawn Rich, knocks it away.
Zero blitz, brought edge pressure, added the guy covering the running back. Zero coverage, no help, pressure. He got 1, and 2 becomes the adder. Or sorry, 28 in that case becomes the adder. Man coverage downfield, well defended.
UCF perfect coming into this game on 4th downs. They were stopped on a 4th and 1 earlier in this half. This a 4th and 9. Play clock getting late, and UCF will have to use a timeout here.
It's a delay again.
And they won't get a call.
Winning game. Offense. Number 2. A penalty. 4th down.
So they're talking about kicking this, and they're gonna kick a field goal here to at least get something out of this drive.
And the big start with Montgomery on the 44-yard run, and then 4 penalties after that. We'll have to settle for a try at 3. Taven Jackson playing to the play clock. He took his 2nd delay of the drive. Ruelas hit from 54. 53 officially. This is a 40-yard try. To make it a 10-point game. And he got it. Math is hard. 11-point game. 31-20. Jackson frustrated that was all they got. After an explosive from Montgomery started it. 4 penalties stopped UCF. Down 11 in the 4th quarter. Taven Jackson, a quarterback for UCF, drives his team down. They get 3 points on the 7-play, 59-yard drive.
K-State
backed up with 4 penalties.
Sorry about that. K-State's in their hands team mode here, just in case of emergency if they decide to go onside at this point, and they do not.
Rice, the only guy back there, and it's over his head. Through for a touchback. So Avery Johnson has looked more like the guy that we saw last year and had all that hype as a recruit for Kansas State at quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to be happy in Aggieville tonight if this trend continues. There'll be other great nights, but did it on the ground, did it through the air. The X factor again, Dylan Edwards. That opens up everything else. Garrett Oakley on the wheel route, shovel pass. A dancing tight end, a dancing K-State tight end. Good. That means good things are happening.
That was Garrett Oakley who he hooked up with. That shovel pass touchdown. 2 backs with Johnson. Carter comes crashing in there. Oh, what a run fit for the middle linebacker for UCF.
That's a linebacker fit drill right there. Just pacing, just triggering Lewis Carter running through Jackson. Oof.
Dunham had a little headbutt for Edwards after it too.
Sorry, Edwards.
No, it was Jackson on the carry.
Jackson,
but
yeah.
Edwards was around there, and Dunham said, hey. For 2nd down. Quick passing game. Tibbs has been Avery Johnson's favorite target today. He's out of bounds on a 3rd down, give him 5 yards, so a 3rd and 5 ahead.
Nice job just staying in manageable 3rd downs again. No gain on that 1st down. Ball control pass right to the boundary, a fade flat combination. Now sets you up in whatever you want mode here on third down. You don't have to get a drop back pass. So much of this stuff, the empty will be a quarterback run option. Components.
Was empty, then Edwards came back in. Third down, Johnson double pumped. He has Cure underneath. First down to the freshman tight end.
The junior to the talented freshman, five-star guy. Great awareness and patience by Avery Johnson. Tries the Hungarian jump pass and finds Cure for the first.
First through catch for Cure. They use him in the trick play. Threw a pick earlier. He keeps this drive moving, avoids a 3-and-out for Kansas State. Johnson, off hands, incomplete. Oakley, another one through his grasp.
It's the second time there's just some uncertainty on the top of the route for Oakley. The time that they've had these option routes, there's just, again, a little bit of uncertainty. There's ways to clean that up very easily, but again, that's just an opportunity. That should be 2nd and 4 at an absolute minimum. Gives that big guy a chance to break it.
Johnson doesn't have his favorite target on the season, Jace Brown. He's been out since the first series. And UCF is filling the run right now. Malachi Lawrence sprinting to the end.
These defensive ends, man, they are scary. Brought a corner off the top side. So Malachi Lawrence, by design, becomes that edge defender. And there's so many places where you're going, hey, man, Dylan Edwards versus the defensive end? No problem. But that's a different dude.
Now those two guys, Lawrence and Kelly, set the perimeter for UCF in a big way. Lawrence slightly ahead as the run defender. Both guys get after the passer too. It's one of those downs. Kansas State had him protected though. Johnson incomplete. Good coverage from Philip Dunham. And now the punt unit coming out, and the Knights will get it back.
Nice stop. Nice stop right there. That's another one probably Avery Johnson will take a look at. Everybody was covered. Probably could have run the ball right up the sideline. Did a good job picking up the pressure. Alex Grinch dialed up.
Is now wearing number 24.
Defensive coordinator from UCF.
So a quick stop for UCF. It took a little over 2 minutes to get the ball back in the hands of their offense, who will have 85 yards to go after the 45-yard punt. UCF back on offense on this gorgeous day from Manhattan. 6:54 to go. Well, the undefeated season in 2017 included. Scott Frost back in his first year of his second stint. They haven't lost since the Cure Bowl in 2016 while he's been the UCF head coach over 3,000 days ago. Kansas State has played a ton of close games lately. That is caught on the first play of this drive by Thomas. And 2nd down ahead after UCF's defense got him a quick stop.
It's a tough throw to the field. Great job by Thomas going down and getting it.
Nixon through the arms of Romaine and powers through for a first down.
This has been the difference. Both these backs, Nixon has done, explosive play after explosive play. Miles Montgomery as well. They got something going. That little kind of hesitation, dribble, reset the front and bounce it front side. Kind of probing this K-State defense and finding some answers as it goes along.
And they sure have. Over 200 yards rushing both ways in this game. UCF just went over 200 yards on the ground with both Montgomery and Nixon. Nixon stays in there on a 1st and 10. It's Jackson to throw. Dancing around the pocket, and he's hit from behind. Swarmed by Travis Bates and hit for a 1-yard loss.
Just great effort. The Austin P transfer. Just effort. He's blocked. Taven Jackson has no options downfield. Right here, UCF sub, so K-State can match and mismatch however they want, or rematch.
Clock at 5:30. 3 timeouts, chasing 2 scores for UCF. To the perimeter, and nothing after the catch. Kylan Fox. There's Bartley in the area again. He had the takedown from safety for Kansas State.
Nice job there, keeping him in inbounds as well, keeping the clock running and stopping any more yardage gain.
3rd down and 8. Jackson has time. Fox is short of the line to get. He's about 2.5 yards short.
Really good protection right there. Got a few backups in there on the front, but that is a really nice job. They brought pressure right there, picked it up. Jackson back there eating a sandwich, setting up 4th and 2.
Crowd loud enough. He has to.
Trying to hear that coach 2 player communication from Scott Frost to him.
Down 11 of 4th down and 2. Taven Jackson. And a tight coverage and broken up. Gunnar Maldonado with another play in traffic after a first-half interception. Gets the ball back to the Wildcats.
The stars of the show, Romaine Purnell, 32-45. Little cross blitz right in the middle, right in the face of Jackson. And Maldonado with the pick earlier, hoping to set up a situation where they can grind one out and wean out this 4-16. Great physical play on the ball by multiple defenders. You see Bartley in position. Osen Sami underneath it, getting his vert.
So not fully over yet. 4:16 and 3 timeouts. But K-State would like to burn some time and extend it to 3 scores if they can. Up 11, back on the ball. And Edwards stopped. Quick timeout for Scott Frost.
Number 3, Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, 2 possession. You can actually hear the sideline right there saying,
UCF.
not over yet, not over yet. Still have the 2-minute timeout.
30-second timeout.
That bonus timeout that now exists.
4 minutes and 10 seconds. 4-1-0. Thank you.
Chris Kleiman, you could hear the urgency from him when we talked to the Kansas State head coach yesterday of course, how big this game is, getting back into the Big 12. 1-3 start in a spot that Kansas State's fans are not used to, and Chris Kleiman, as a coach, has experienced been.
How great was that? We're talking to him, and he's, I've never been through this before. And, you know, of course, you know the answers. And the fragile mindset of a lot of guys on his team, offensive linemen, your quarterback, this group of skilled guys, your defense stinks, you know, all these things that you just got to go about your day and solve it. And take care of everybody between the ears when you're around them. Stay away from all the noise. You know, listen and read to whatever motivates you, and come together. They simplified, solve some problems, but let's be honest, more than anything else, get number 3 back in the mix.
They've done it with their ground game today, swinging heavily toward the run with their play selection, and leading on it with their quarterback. Moves to the outside and slides.
Yep.
To avoid a hit.
And to stay in bounds, so the clock won't stop even momentarily. Milk mode.
You mentioned it, Mark, with Kansas State not really having anything to sink their teeth into to kind of give them hope for their fan base, because neither unit was playing well, but both have today.
They have, and found some answers on the defensive side of things for sure. Special teams wise, kind of a rubber match, I guess you could say. Turns out.
Edwards into the waiting arms of Jackson. It's down at the 30, and it's 4th down. And to let the clock run. Use that 1 timeout after the first down stop.
But the biggest thing, Coach Kleiman told us is, hey man, our guys have to see it happen on game day on the field. And as much as you talk about strength of schedule and starting in Dublin and your best player getting hurt in that first quarter, the first game, that's just sends shockwaves through everybody else. All right, then we've got a receiver down, and we got this group down. No Bradley, no Brown for the most part today. and they've survived because everybody else has raised their level of play due to having a great player and everybody else being a supporting cast.
Timeout. Kansas State. Second and a half. Be a 30-second timeout.
So the good news about that start is that Kansas State only has one Big 12 loss, and we expect it to be a Big 12 that is wide open again. So I know this is way down the line, but the preseason playoff hopes still on the table if they can win this game and get hot with a couple of ranked games coming up.
Yeah, as you said, the Arizona, that didn't happen. That was not a Big 12 game. That did not occur. And a manageable schedule going forward in relative terms. And K-State has a little bit more difficult road ahead than UCF does coming out of this one. But you got to get one, right? You got to get one. That's the thing about young players and young guys working together for the first time, regardless of age, is you got to prove it and build that confidence on game day to prove it to yourself. And you can do it against anybody.
Rodriguez from 48, and he got it. So still a two-score game at 34-20. But now UCF needs 2 touchdowns with 2 timeouts and 2:41 to go in their first Big 12 game.
Thinking about that back, their special teams, the difference maker today has been the 2 big punts, really a field flipping punt that kind of got the wave going there to get the scoring started. Have negated the return game that UCF has shown to this point.
I get it, different opponents, different level of opponents for UCF, but defense had allowed 8 points per game. And Kansas State needed to get right day on offense. 34 up on the board, leading by 2 touchdowns.
That'll fuel a lot of happy natives here in Manhattan and around the country that are Cat fans. They got it going. They got, again, now multiple backs playing hungry and hard because they see the hope.
Dixon, we've already seen it in this game, a guy that can flip the feeling with 1 touch of the ball. Takes it from his own 2. Dixon stops the feet, and he is chopped down at the 24. Still got the 2-minute timeout for UCF. You have 2 timeouts in your pocket, but it's got to happen real fast now.
Yeah, we got to celebrate that tackle by Bo Palmer right there, 57, just pacing him, a linebacker pacing the dangerous Nixon and getting him to the ground. That is a big-time play. Not letting him get any quick scores, quick momentum. Make him earn it.
Jackson missed the middle part of this game, went out with a shoulder injury. They got him to New Jersey, patted him back up. And since the first drive of the second half, he's been the UCF quarterback. And a big day running the ball for the Knights. Over 200 yards. He throws a fade ball. Oh, man, wrestled away. Was he inbounds? He was. Quay Moss snatches it away for Kansas State. Taven Jackson even said it. He caught that?
I can't believe it. Got to pull up that towel. Watch this play. The athleticism goes up and just rips it out of his hands. That is a great location with that football. We'll have to see when he gets control and when that right foot is inbounds or not. Thomas battling. And that is clear possession, right foot down. Wow. Every inch of his 5'9" frame going up to battle another guy. Ooh. Strength on strength right there. Quay Moss, the juice, the leader. And the other thing, Coach Kleineman said, probably the best hands. Right there, I see it. And it was the hand ripping it out.
Yep.
We'll confirm that in replay.
Call timeout. Replay has stopped the previous play. To view the previous play, the ruling upfield is an interception.
So now UCF will not have to use that timeout if the replay stopped it first, which should be the case.
Well, from those looks,
there's enough doubt to double check it just because it's such an unbelievable play. But watch, 7, Thomas goes up and gets it, and then 6, man, you talk about violent hands, basically rips it out with his right, transfers it to the left, and then got to survive that just like a receiver. It's going to be all about his firm control right there. Right foot is down. That is a pick, and wow, is that a great play.
Mike, what are your thoughts on what we just saw?
I think it's interception. Yes, the ball is...
Field is upheld. First down, Kansas State.
And that's the right decision. And you pointed out the foot was down when he repossessed the ball. And then, most importantly, when he went to the ground, he held onto the ball when he hit the ground. So it's a clean interception.
It's like a young Mike Pereira right there. The athleticism, the physicality.
Mikey P can go get it.
Oof. Oh, yeah.
It's almost a Tyree catch for Dwayne Thomas and then Quay Moss with a second career pick upheld in review. So Kansas State back on the ball. UCF got back. So flag stay in pocket ahead of first down. Edwards stopped by Carter.
If Coach Frost does not call a timeout, Coach Kleiman will let this work down to the 2-minute warning, 2-minute timeout.
And the 2-minute timeout is here. So off the pick by Moss, Kansas State is 2 minutes away from their second win of the year and their first in the Big 12. A 3-0 start for UCF, but between big hits on their quarterback and a couple of turnovers, it has been a tough look for a lot of the day for UCF. Down 2 scores at the 2-minute timeout. They do have 2 timeouts left. They got that one back because of the review. And Edwards is close to the first down. He's a yard short. And now UCF will use one of those timeouts at 1:56.
Real nice physical run right there, just short of the line to gain. Coach Frost bangs that second of his remaining 2, or his first of his remaining 2 timeouts. And yeah, you said it, and credit goes to this K-State team if they can close this out. The defense, complementary football, forcing these turnovers, the toughness of this UCF team. These guys aren't going to go away in any fight at any point this season. And a ton of credit to Coach Kleiman and his staff of turning a ton of negative momentum in a positive direction.
College Football Extra is next, sponsored by Amazon. Mike Gill, Chris Peterson, and Bruce Feldman. We'll have you covered with the Amazon College Football Extra.
They get like extra free delivery.
Should, yeah.
Amazon.
Free Prime account if you want. Now K-State can clinch it with a first down. UCF with just the 1 timeout, 1:56 to go. Edwards ducks his way under and through for a first down. His return for Kansas State after just 9 offensive snaps their first 4 games because of an ankle injury has changed the feeling in Manhattan.
No, this guy's special. You saw it in the bowl game last year, and they've been gone. Coach Shiano's having some nightmares about Dylan Edwards after that bowl game, and this is what this team can be with everybody healthy. And they need all these parts. The tight ends are going to be really, really good with a healthy Dylan Edwards and efficient Avery Johnson. They're still down 2 wideouts, really.
So this on a day where Jace Brown only played one series, and Dylan Edwards took it from there. 166 yards in his return to full strength.
Press the bounce, and these are just the special plays where that's a 4-yard gain last week. Then it's 10, and it's 15, and then it's a home run, breaking through that third-level tackle. And hopefully putting UCF to sleep if you're a K-State fan.
This is how Kansas State has lived with Chris Kleiman. Deuce Vaughn, the running back first. DJ Giddens after that.
And a 2-score win.
Yep.
After that snap. It's like a blowout for Chris Kleiman and company.
6 straight 1-score games, and they were 2-4 in those games. And a little room to breathe today. Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards, and Kansas State hope this is one to look back on that turned their season around.
Two guys, a ton of respect for each other, worked together at Northern Iowa.
And obviously a challenging week for UCF too, and Chris Kleiman.
Coach Clark, friends, family, everyone everywhere thinking about it.
Officially final, 34-20, the Kansas State win. They're to 1-1 in the Big 12. UCF drops their first Big 12 game of the year. And their first game with Scott Frost as their head coach since 2016. So Taven Jackson, he showed some guts today to come back in there and play. And couldn't lead the Knights all the way back.
Yeah, they've got 3 quarterbacks that you can win football games with, and that guy knows it too. I think, just like you said, didn't want to lose his job by another, injury. Brighter days ahead.
34-20 the final. Kansas State wins it. For Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion saying so long from Manhattan. 14-point win for the Wildcats.